Yo, what's up guys? Carl from SK-11 Gym here. Take you through another way of forming your chest, but this time we've got two different machines. First one we're going to be starting off with is the traditional incline flat bench press. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to want to set ourselves up for the bench press. I think a lot of the times people mistake that when they climb into the bench, they just automatically climb in, throw in some weight and start pushing it, which unfortunately is not the way to do it. We want to slow down the process. First things first is we're going to want to adjust the seat so that we can get the best range of movement. Here, you kind of so what you're going to want to do is climb in and to see what feels best. You're going to want to have your feet as flat as possible, touching the ground when you climb in. If you're on your toes or a little bit too close to the ground, just know it's your seating that you need to adjust. All right, once we climb into the bench and we lay down, we're going to want to bring our shoulders back as if we are squeezing them together as close as possible, rounding the shoulders back, pushing the arms out so that we can feel that our back is contracted. What this does is it allows us to have a platform that is strong enough and stable so we can push the weight up. And like I said, getting a nice squeeze. So like I said, squeezing the back, elbows back. Then when it comes to holding the bar, we can see we've got two lines over here on either side. For me, what I prefer to do is bringing the hands in a little bit closer, just where the mesh stops, coming up, and then falling down close to the chest, and then pushing back up. Remember guys, we're wanting to keep our elbows as close in as possible, and then squeezing out, not flaring the elbows out. And another thing is when it comes to grabbing the bar, we're not wanting our wrist to go back like this. We're not going to be able to push the bar up properly with weight, and you're going to end up just injuring yourself. So we're wanting to keep our wrists as straight as possible and as strong as possible, coming down slowly and then shooting back up. Alright guys, so like we were saying, we've got another variation of the incline bench press. If you're not wanting to do something free weight and maybe you have some injuries, or you really want to get a proper squeeze, maybe you can't really get a nice contraction, or you can't feel your chest working as much, maybe you start feeling your triceps more or your shoulders, this machine is for you. So this is basically the same movement. It is still an incline bench press, but it is a cabled machine version of it. What's really nice is that you're going to have constant resistance on your chest when going up and down, so you're getting a full stretch of the chest coming out and then coming back in. Alright, so once again with most of the machines, we've got different types of handlebars here. Once again, you're going to kind of want to play around and see what feels best for you, what feels best for your shoulders, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to be taking a lot of the strain when trying to push up the weight. We've got a handlebar that's more out to get a nice pec stretch. We've got one that's more incline over here, more facing in, which is going to be a little bit more safer on the shoulders. And then we've got one that's a nice stretch out on the back. Once again, like I said, play around and see what best works for you. For myself, what I prefer is holding a little bit more in between the outside and the inside so I can get a nice middle stretch. Remember guys, another tip is you're wanting to keep the elbows nice and tucked in, pushing the weight up. Remember guys, we want to imagine as if we're trying to bring our palms together, trying to squeeze together as if we're trying to touch them, coming down slowly, then shooting up again.